Hey, I'm Rob Cosman. Welcome to my shop in Grand Bay, New Brunswick, Canada. I'm going to give you some tips on cutting half-blind dovetails. A lot more difficult than through dovetails. Going to have to do stops and starts in this in order to get it all in 3 minutes. Let me get the first part. So one of the things is I'm cutting them in walnut. I find it really hard to see. So I'd use this yellow tape, put a piece on there, right at the top, and then using my marking gauge, which has already been set, I'll just cut right through that, peel the bottom piece off, and now I can go in there. I always like to have this standing plumb, by the way, so that's where I use my dovetail square in another application. And now I can draw right on the tape, which makes it so much easier to see. If you can see it, you can do it. I'm going to use black. And having the tape at the bottom also helps when it comes to removing the waste. And even at home by myself, I always take a second to mark the waste so I know what I'm getting rid of. The hard part about half blinds, you can only use your dovetail saw to remove or to cut halfway through. So I'll set it in that kerf. I can go from this baseline down to that baseline. And I don't ever want to cross either line. Now, I would do that on all 4 cuts. That still leaves me a lot of waste to remove. I used to do it all by hand. I'm going to show you a tip. So here's the tip. This is a tool we made. A guy named Tay Frid died a while ago. Really incredible, well-known craftsman. Used to do this with a scraper blade. We found out a way to make it just a little bit better. We're going to go in there. It's called a kerf extend. It extends the kerf. So since we only went corner to corner, I'm going to finish that. Now sometimes I'll put it, if I'm worried at all about it splitting, I'll put a clamp right at the base. But this is blunt. It's square, but it's nice and sharp, meaning this surface is polished, as is this surface. And when I'm doing the outside edges, I start it by hand, and then I tap it down till it goes right to the bottom. And I'll do the outside ones, the half pins, with 3 steps. Have no idea where the wood goes. All I can tell you is when we get there, it's gone. Now I'll finish this one, open it up and let you see the sides, and we'll compare it to this one, which is just going to be done with a chisel the traditional way. I've done the same amount of work to both of these corners. This is the one where the kerf extend went in and extended my cut. This is the one where you stopped, where the saw stopped. Now you got to go in and literally remove all that with the chisel. This leaves it nice and clean because we make it a thou wider than the saw kerf, so it makes sure it doesn't leave any shelf where the saw stops. You're going to do half blinds, so much easier. Good luck.